Meghan Markle has apparently cut her Invictus Games trip short, but not before she got lots of selfies. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor. So glad to be back with Sue Smith. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Invictus is happening, so it's been lots of stuff to look at, including we're also going to talk about today the fact that Tom Bower is getting harassed by the Sussex squad over there. People telling them to call the police. We got a lot to break down as the things have continued, but breaking as we were about to tape this, apparently she's already gone too. She was in and out. Got to get all those selfies, got to get all the smooches, make it look like we're all still good, we're still married, and everything's hunky-dory. And now she's out to do God knows whatever she does when she leaves. I guess she's got a whole Netflix show to promote, right, Sue? Are you surprised, before we get into some of the stuff we're going to talk about, are you surprised that she's leaving early?
No, I'm not surprised. I think what you're going to see now that she's gone, I think you're going to see a different Harry.
Happier Harry
without Meghan. I think you'll see a different Harry, and I think she went home because let's not forget, she's got 2 children at home, and supposedly one of them is at school, and they can't be gone from the kids that long. And her mother is watching the kids, so she has to go home.
2 kids, one of which he's talking, apparently at 5-year-old, he's talking to landmines about. What's up with that?
Well, it would appear that, let's not forget, ITV is doing some 8-part special or something. And so this will be in one of my videos coming up, because I actually have the video of them arriving, sitting down. You see the camera guy getting his stuff ready. And then Harry launches into a talk about how he's talking to his 5-year-old son about landmines. And he says, oh, Archie knows that these people were all blown up. I was like, oh my God. And then he says, yes, but it gave me the opportunity to talk to him about his Grammy Diana. And I was able to show him photos and videos of her doing her thing with landmines. And it's just great. And I'm thinking,
here it is.
Will never do.
He's 5.
You engage in the conversation and you try to explain things, but then it does. I mean, Archie was talking about, as I said earlier, Archie was asking about landmines. I was talking about how some of these guys were blowing up. I think IEDs, improvised explosive devices, is probably a bit too much at this stage. But I found myself talking to him about mines as 5 years old. And interestingly, it gave me a chance to talk about my mum, his grandma.
Of course. Anytime you should talk about his mom. I mean, granted, it's the kid's grandmom. He should be talking about his grandmom. Look, I'm a torn on this one, because it's like, yes, there's a 5, you're trying to avoid them learning about the horrors of war. You want to keep them as innocent as long as possible. It's wild. Now, as a father of a 5-year-old, I know sometimes you have to have those tough conversations, etc. But it's still early. You avoid them at all costs. And there's ways to sort of talk about it without saying the words landmines. You don't need to go there. And explosions, you can say, war comes up. It does. War, they got injured in the war. You don't have to get into the specifics of, their legs got blown up. For some parents, it's going to be a lot. But some would say, Sue, that, he's keeping them honest right in the early, no? I mean, I don't know.
He's 5. And for him to say, Archie knows that these people were blown up. You just heard him say that. Archie knows they're here because they were blown up. What the hell are they teaching this 5-year-old? You keep your kids away from this kind of stuff. You want to teach them about Invictus? Teach them about Invictus. Talk about the athletes. Talk about how great they are. Talk about the work that they put in to get there. Talk about how they had an accident. Talk about whatever, but you don't talk to a 5-year-old about IEDs. Sorry.
Do you agree with Sue in the comments? Chat it up. Well, look, the sad reality, bringing it back to Meghan, Harry thinks he's doing the right thing. What's frustrating is, Meghan left, but not before she made it all about the celebrities. I'll be honest, they managed to pull together a pretty good concert. Nelly Furtado, Chris Martin, Noah Cohen was there. Katy Perry, apparently. That was a pretty big concert. We were talking, maybe that's why the crowd is better this year, because they brought in a lot of actual pretty decent musicians to hopefully sell more tickets. It's smart way to do it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they got part of those proceeds, who knows? But all I know is Meghan has not missed the opportunity to do as many selfies and what have you as you can. And it is what it is. I mean, you go to Meghan's stories, it's literally all she's been doing, Sue, is just taking all these. I got to keep my stories, get my Instagram active. Let's get Michael Bublé.
Katy Perry didn't take any selfies with her, thank God. I think Katy Perry showed up, sang, and left. But my question is, how much of the Invictus funds went to pay for those people? If those people truly believe in what Harry's doing and Katy Perry's a neighbor, surely they came for free. They're already multimillionaires.
They may have. I'd like to find that out myself. Or did they all pay those celebrities, musicians to actually show up? Here's a cute one. Ready for this with her and Michael Bublé?
Yeah.
Are you going to sing?
No, I'm not singing.
No, I'm not singing. Why is she so touchy with all these other men? She always is pulling Harry. Notice that? She's always pulling Harry away from all the any girl who gets remotely near him, she freaks out. And look at her like, oh yeah.
You know what the problem is? She's, and this has been in the news too. She's trying to push this. Harry and I are so happy. We're so in love. We're breathless. We're just so fabulous. And all this PDA. The problem is it's overkill. She is a 40-something-year-old woman, not a 18-year-old girl. She comes across as very disingenuous. There have been several opportunities like that clip you were just showing where she could have spoken French. Remember, she took French for years, but you never heard any French come out of her mouth because she doesn't speak French.
No, 100%. What's also just funny to me is this clip's revealing because it's like Meghan's not taking it. Meghan's hands are right there.
Correct.
So they're walking around with some Instagrammer who's literally just there to document them.
Can I just say, she's not running her own Instagram account. I think everybody knows that by now because she put up a thing for Invictus that was like 1.5 minutes long with pictures and dramatic music and Harry's voice. She didn't create that. Well,
of course, but the stories should be more organic and like you feel like but even these can't be relatable. She has to showcase her. Oh, good. Get someone. And it says, there was a whole conversation before. Let's make sure you get someone as they're coming down. All right, you ready, Harry? We're going to go. Did you get it? Like there's a whole, it's all fake. It's not real. There's no genuine moment here. It's all orchestrated. And to use the back of the Invictus games as her social media smorgasbord is just very frustrating to watch. Now, I do want to also address this, which was Tom Bower. Tom Bower is now being harassed. The one who previously called her a braven hussy, which she was, sparked fury. A lot of people online upset as the royal biographer, this is Jack Royston Special, he wrote this, who famously called her a brave and hussy, 10 of the Invictus games, with one account saying somebody call the police. He was in the author. He was in the audience. The author was in the audience because he's allowed to be, Sue, right? He's a public citizen. And he's accosted by this Sussex squad member.
He's there as a private citizen to watch and enjoy Invictus. And one of these Sussex squad members, probably the one that I showed in my video that's sitting right behind her, the same one that was in Nigeria and Germany and in, the UK at St. Paul's, probably that same one saw him running over and started harassing him. Now, this is a man he looks like he's in his late 70s, early 80s. He's over there to watch Invictus and they are harassing him. I want to know where security was. I want to know why security didn't walk over and tell these people, leave this man alone.
It's very interesting that you're at Invictus because we know why you're here. So why don't you tell the truth about why you're here? You came all the way from the UK and the UK press to Invictus in Canada just because you want to see it. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. But yeah, we know you're at Invictus.
Oh, why I'm here?
Yeah, why are you at Invictus? Sure.
He's allowed to be there. My God, leave the man alone. Are people not allowed to go, Sue?
No,
they're keeping people from attending this event? That's for charity?
If you're a Sussex
you can't come in,
member,
sir.
You can go.
What the hell's happening?
The funny thing is, if anybody walked up to Harry and Meghan and said anything to them that they didn't like, security would immediately eject them.
Right,
But
and
if
all the Sussex sewer squads out there are just applauding. Go harass him. All these comments. Oh yeah, good job. You're there. It's crazy.
they call him a pig, I mean,
Went all the way from Canada to the UK to stalk a black woman and her husband. Notice how, like most bullies, he barely has an answer for his vile behavior. Old ass man, embarrassing. Like what is this? And they're all exactly. Meghan's cozying up to this crew. Oh, you guys are so wonderful. Thanks for
But
being
this
here.
is
These
why-
people are psychos.
this is why she's never spoken out against the Sussex squad. She knows who they are. She knows what they're doing. I believe that she has several of them on the payroll. I think Harry should be careful, because if they two of them ever do separate, the Sussex squad is going to be after him like white on rice.
Look at this. This man has a face even a dog wouldn't lick. Tom Bowles, I call him. What a piece of trash. You are a piece of trash. My God, these people think they're doing good for Meghan. Oh my God, this is what they look like. It's awful. Yikes. It's crazy. And it's depressing to see, of course, Jack Royston taking the bait and then, not calling out what the Sussex squad actually is doing and just focusing on the negative there. So shame on him. Shame on him.
He's a sugar right behind Omid Scobie. He's right there.
Yeah, Omid Scobie, who's no longer doing the royal beat anymore. That's why he won't do any of our stuff. Oh, yeah, sure. Sure, Omid. I'm just going to instead sell a whole series based on Meghan and take advantage of it. Anyway, if you want more Sue Smith, go over to Sue Smith Longsally. Always a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Hit subscribe over there, over here. We got a lot more coming for you. Now that Meghan's left, will Harry be happier? Leave us your predictions down below. We will keep you posted. Appreciate all you guys that have been watching. Stay tuned. We got a lot more. And we'll be live over on Popcorn Planet as well later today. Hope to see you guys there.